So in late 2012, I was just finding the group of YouTubers that I'd watched for years to come. Jacksepticeye, Chugga Conroy, Game Grumps, and eventually Markiplier. I heard of PewDiePie before, but he wasn't very interesting to me. However, this changed. He's really a center of attention for snowflakes these days. Let's talk about it.
How's it going, Fred? My name is PewDiePie.
One of the most iconic intros of the early 2010s of YouTube. As I said, I was late to the party, but something changed this. My close friend Nathaniel came to stay the night because he was moving out of state in the next week or so, and we spent some time on YouTube, and we decided we'd take turns on whose favorite YouTubers we'd watch. After we watched some of mine, he was handed the controller and he went to PewDiePie's channel. At first I was telling him I wasn't interested, but he insisted on showing him to me, and I abided. Thank God he did. PewDiePie quickly arose to the top of my favorites with the Amnesia series and Walking Dead series. I fell in love. To this day, I still go back and watch them on occasion. I was a hardcore fan of his until about 2015. I remember a year prior, Markiplier started doing his Five Nights at Freddy's videos, and I loved those. However, PewDiePie was really diversifying at the time, turning into a commentator, and I started to watch him less and less. In 2015, he began to shift more and more into this new direction, and personally, I just didn't like it. This is the direction that he's still going to this day, vlogs and discussions. It wasn't as bad initially, but at this point, that's all he does, and I just don't watch it anymore. I am not witch hunting the fans of him. You guys can enjoy whatever you want, but I will point out some of the things he's done in the past. To begin, his statements on anti-Semitism. Look, a lot of shit is taken out of context, and I don't hold him to this. Everyone makes mistakes, or gets accused of saying something that's being blown out of proportion. However, I bring this up because he has a history of saying the wrong things, and in this case, the wrong time. You've all heard about this most recent tweet about Demi Lovato and her overdose on heroin. Although this is a bit upsetting, at least to most, that doesn't take away his right to make the joke or meme about it. I admit it was a bit too quick out of the gate, but he has the right. If you are offended by it, let him know and go off of it, but don't judge his whole career based on it. I understand why it's upsetting. Like, my favorite artist is Eminem, and if he overdosed and died from it, it would really bring me down. And if I saw someone post a meme about it, I'd say something and make my point heard and valid, but I won't talk down on his or her whole life because everyone said something that they don't mean to heart. I've done it. I mean, seriously, go watch my old content. My point I'm making in this video is simple. Let your thoughts be heard about this, but don't make it a bigger deal than it is. Just comment saying that it's a little disrespectful and let him apologize, which he's already done on Twitter. I'm going to show you that now. And honestly, I'd be a hypocrite if I sat here and told you all that I have never done something like this in the past. When Chester Bennington was found dead about a year ago, I mourned for a few days, listened to some Linkin Park, and afterwards me and my friends made some jokes, but I would never tell them to people that doesn't know my sense of humor. That's the tipping point in my opinion. These types of jokes should only be made with close friends to understand where it's coming from. But guys, don't go and make PewDiePie out to be the worst person alive, because it's all honest mistakes that everyone has made. But do tell him that he should be smarter about his posts. But again, he has all the rights in the world to do this. Name someone off the top of your head that hasn't said something that it shouldn't have said right now. Yeah, you probably can, but there was a few that you thought of and realized that they wouldn't work. This is something everybody with a voice does at one point in their career. Every single person. Remember, the word person because people make mistakes. And obviously this isn't the best excuse because that merits anything everyone does. In some cases, it is true. He did post that meme. You can't take that back. Debbie did overdose. You can't take that back. There's two sides of this controversy and both have their points. Both are right in some places. Don't go out and tell him to slit his wrist. Just correct him. And don't go out and make fun of her drug addiction. That shit's fucking serious and not funny. I don't think that he meant to cause harm with this tweet. I do think he wasn't thinking of its outcome and what impact it would have. It was an accident. Hell, I'll probably end up doing something like this one day, although I try not to. Everyone just try and be civil towards him and make your point clear in a mature fashion. Okay, so kind of a PS here. I may be a bit spotty with the uploads for a few days. My dog had become very ill and I'm having to care for her at the moment. Her name is Sophie. Old fans know her. I've referred to her in a few videos in the past. She hasn't been eating or drinking and it's been about 4 days. We have her to vet right now, so I'm gonna try and keep shit coming. I made a tweet about this before I started recording this video. That was before I even started. I had to take a couple hours just to cope with it. I'm gonna try and be consistent here, but I can't promise anything. I might take a day or two just to deal with this, take care of a couple things. I will appreciate your guys' patience. That would mean the world to me as I try and figure out what's wrong with her, and overall just wait to find a good upload schedule as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Keep what I said in mind, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.